Abner and the Widow Jones, a familiar ballad, by Robert Bloomfield. Well, I'm determined. That's enough. Bayard. Move your poor old bones, I'll take tomorrow, smooth or rough, to go and court the Widow Jones. Our master talks of stable room, and younger horses on his grounds. 'Tis easy to foresee thy doom, Bayard, thou go to feed the hounds. The first determination. But could I win the widow's hand, I'd make a truce, twixt death and thee, for thou upon the best of land shouldest feed, and live, and die with me. And must the pole-axe lay thee low? And will they pick thy poor old bones? No. Hang me if it shall be so, if I can win the Widow Jones. Twirl. When his stick, his curly pate a bran-new hat uplifted bore, and Abner, as he leapt the gate, had never looked so gay before. Old love revived. And every spark of love revived that had perplexed him long ago, when busy folks and fools contrived to make his merry answer, no. But whether, freed from recent vows, her heart had back to Abner flown, and marked him for a second spouse, in truth is not exactly known. Howbeit, as he came in sight, she turned her from the garden stile, and downward looked with pure delight, with half a sigh and half a smile. Rustic salutation. She heard his sounding step behind, the blush of joy crept up her cheek, as cheerily floated on the wind, "Hoi. Mary Jones, what want you speak?" Then, with a look that ne'er deceives, she turned, but found her courage fled, and scolding sparrows from the eaves peeped forth upon the stranger's head. Down Abner sat, with glowing heart, resolved, whatever might betide, to speak his mind. No other art he ever knew, or ever tried. A clear question. And gently twitching Mary's hand, the bench had ample room for two. His first word made her understand the ploughman's errand was to woo. My Mary, may I call thee so? For many a happy day we've seen, and if not mine, years ago, whose was the fault? You might have been, all that's gone by, but I've been musing, and vowed, and hope to keep it true, that she shall be my own heart's choosing whom I call wife. Hey, what say you? Past thoughts stated, and as I drove my plough along, and felt the strength that's in my arm, 10 years, thought I, amidst my song, I've been head man at Harewood Farm. And now, my own dear Mary's free, whom I have loved this many a day, who knows but she may think on me? I'll go hear what she has to say. Perhaps that little stock of land she holds, but knows not how to till, will suffer in the widow's hand, and make poor Mary poorer still. The avowal. That scrap of land, with one like her, how we might live, and be so blessed. And who should Mary Jones prefer? Why, surely, him who loves her best. Therefore I'm come tonight, sweet wench, I would not idly thus intrude. Mary looked downward on the bench, o'erpowered by love and gratitude, and leaned her head against the vine, with quickening sobs of silent bliss, till Abner cried, "You must be mine, you must," and sealed it with a kiss. The interest of an old horse asserted. She talked of shame, and whipped her check, but what had shame with them to do, who nothing meant but truth to speak, and downright honor to pursue? His eloquence improved apace, as manly pity filled his mind. You know poor Bayard. Here's the case, he's past his labor, old, and blind. If you and I should but agree to settle here for good and all, could you give all your heart to me, and grudge that poor old rogue a stall? His character, I'll buy him, for the dogs shall never set tooth upon a friend so true. He'll not live long, but I for ever shall know I gave the beast his due. Mongst all I've known of plows and carts, and ever since I learned to drive, he was not matched in all these parts. There was not such a horse alive. Ready, as birds to meet the morn, were all his efforts at the plough. Then, the mill brook with hay or corn, good creature. How he'd spatter through. Character continued. He was a horse of mighty power, compact in frame, and strong of limb. Went with a chirp from hour to hour. Whipcord 'twas never made for him. I left him in the shafts behind, his fellows all unhooked and gone. He neighed, and deemed the thing unkind. Then, starting, drew the load alone. But I might talk till pitch dark night, and then have something left to say. But, Mary, am I wrong or right? Or, do I throw my words away? Something like consent. Leave me, or take me and my horse. I've told thee truth, and all I know. Truth should breed truth. That comes of course. If I sow wheat, why wheat will grow. Yes, Abner. But thus soon to yield, neighbors would fleer, and look behind 'em. Though, with a husband in the field, perhaps, indeed, I should not mind 'em. I've known your generous nature well, my first denial cost me dear. How this may end we cannot tell, but, as for Bayard, bring him here. Parting of the lovers. sad news. Bless thee for that, the ploughman cried, at once both starting from the seat. He stood a guardian by her side, but talked of home, 'twas growing late. Then step for step within his arm, she cheered him down the dewy way, and no two birds upon the farm air prated with more joy than they. What news at home? The smile he wore one little sentence. Turned to sorrow. An order met him at the door. Take Bayard to the dogs tomorrow. The journey renewed. Yes, yes, thought he, and heaved a sigh, die when he will, he's not your debtor. I must obey, and he must die, that's if I can't contrive it better. He left his Mary late at night, and had succeeded in the main, number sooner. Peeped the morning light, but he was on the road again. Suppose she should refuse her hand? Such thoughts will come, I know not why. Shall I, without a wife or land, want an old horse? Then wherefore buy? Perplexity from bush to bush, from stile to stile, perplexed he trod the fallow ground, and told his money all the while, and wait the matter round and round. I'll borrow, that's the best thought yet. Mary shall save the horse's life. Kind-hearted wench, what, run in debt before I know she'll be my wife? These women won't speak plain and free. Well, well, I'll keep my service still. She has not said she'd marry me, but yet I dare to say she will. A fresh thought turns back. But while I take this shay-brained course, and like a fool run to and fro, master, perhaps, may sell the horse. Therefore this instant home I'll go. The nightly rains had drenched the grove, he plunged right on with headlong pace. A man but half as much in love perhaps had found a cleaner place. The day rose fair. With team afield, he watched the farmer's cheerful brow, and in a lucky hour revealed his secret at his post, the plough. Coming to the point, generosity and there without a whine began. Master, you'll give me your advice. I'm going to marry, if I can, and want old Bayard. What's his price? For Mary Jones last night. Agreed, or near upon't, to be my wife. The horse's value I don't heed, I only want to save his life. Buy him, hey, Abner, trust me I have not the thought of gain in view. Bayard's best days we've seen go by, he shall be cheap enough to you. Symptoms of good feelings, the wages paid, the horse brought out, the hour of separation come. The farmer turned his chair about, good fellow, take him home. You're welcome, Abner, to the beast, for you're a faithful servant been. They'll thrive I doubt not in the least, who know what work and service mean. The maids at parting, one and all, from different windows different tones, bade him farewell. With many a ball, and sent their love to Mary Jones. Victory, he waved his hat, and turned away, when loud the cry of children rose. Abner, good-bye. They stopped their play. There goes poor Bayard. There he goes, half choked with joy, with love, and pride. He now with dainty clover fed him, now took ashore triumphant ride, and then again got down and led him. And hobbling onward up the hill, the widow's house was full in sight. He pulled the bridle harder still. Come on, we shan't be there tonight. Victory, she met them with a smile so sweet, the stable door was open thrown. The blind horse lifted high his feet, and loudly snorting, laid him down. O Victory! From that stalk of laurels you keep so snug for camps and thrones, spare us one twig from all their quarrels for Abner and the widow Jones.